All right, what's going on? JohnWickSnipin here, and got a bunch of things we're going to address today because everybody got so rowdy yesterday. So I will address you individually. First person I want to address is Frankie Muhammad. Okay, so I wasn't talking to you, sir. I was calling out faceless characters, number one, and I was putting out that challenge for those people because I am pretty convinced that they do not own AMC and they haven't owned for all the time they've been talking about it. You decided to jump out of your chair because you fit that bill and you're able to prove that. But I wasn't calling you out. You're not one of the ones that I would have called out. I've always supported your channel. You and I kind of came on board talking about AMC around the same time. So I respect you as an AMC shareholder. You have shown that you've been in this the whole way. So I 100% respect you as an AMC shareholder. As a channel, I no longer support you. I no longer am going to watch you. I was subscribed. I'm unsubscribing to your channel. I'll be honest, you don't really provide anything. You're just kind of showing everybody else's content on your channel. And look, listen, I've never come out and said that I was going to provide any sort of technical analysis, DD, or anything. So I'm not even really sure why any of you guys keep saying that. I've said from day one, I'm not doing any of that stuff. I came on to really find out if this AMC narrative is just one big fucking hoax. That's what I came on board. And the more and more that I keep looking at it, the more and more I'm convinced that this is all big time bullshit. Now, if you want to keep contributing to that bullshit and you think your little disclaimer is going to save everybody, but then you're talking about how to not selling on limit or market or do what you want, but I'm not a financial advisor. Listen, I don't think anybody's going to sue you, but if you want to keep on wasting 10 seconds throwing in a disclaimer all the time that you think is going to save you, by all means. This is going to be my last time addressing you. I don't really care. I don't really watch you for any information. You don't provide anything. All you do is hold your phone and show somebody else's content. But as an AMC shareholder, I respect you. Just like I respect the Eight Father too as an AMC shareholder. I have more respect for both of you, even if I don't like you. I have more respect for you than a Lou, a Pantheon, Commander 35. I have definitely more respect for you guys being shareholders than those clowns because they bring nothing to the table and they don't even prove that they're in this play with us. So I've decided that I am no longer going to put in the effort that I've put in. Listen, when I came on board, I've shouted out commenters. I've given them a spotlight through my channel. Yeah, it's not a big channel. It's not the biggest channel, but I'll tell you what, I zoomed past a lot of you motherfuckers that were here before me talking about AMC. I zoomed past you. Commander 35 was at the same amount of subscriptions when I came on board. Frankie was around the same. He had more subs than me. I've already blown by a lot of you guys. And if you're going to sit here and try to sell to the community that you're not on YouTube to try to build a channel, listen, I think they're smart enough to know that that's all bullshit. You don't need to do this then. You just don't talk about it. And if you're really not about that, then what's your purpose? You're here to help me? You're not here to help me. All I did from day one is shout people out on my channel all the time. Frankie, you're one of them. I used to shout you out. I've shouted out a lot of people. And I see that this is just a real scumbag community, to be honest with you. A lot of you guys are playing this community. A lot of you guys, I'm sure, are trading the stock while you're telling everybody to hold it. Well, guess what? I'm not doing that no more. The next time it runs and I'm even or can make a small amount of money, I'm going to do that. I'm going to sell it and then I'll come back in when they drop it back down, and I'm not promoting everybody hold to the moon anymore. Guys, here's my message to you. Make your money, whatever it is. If you want to hold to, you think it's going to go to 100,000, then hold by all means. That's your prerogative. I will always leave 10 shares behind for that fantasy ride. But from now on, I'm making money on AMC because I'm not going to be a part of the rest of the clown crew that is holding while these other idiots are telling you hold while they're trading the stock. So yeah, that's going to be my plan going forward. I'm just going to play this to make money, just like the rest are doing secretly and going on YouTube and telling the community to do something else. That's my full exposure on this situation. And I'm going to tell you one guy that it's really hurt. And some of you may know him, some of you may not know him. His name is Lord X Nemesis. Lord X Nemesis has shown that he owns AMC. He has a large share position, and he held through the 70s and wound up not cashing in on around what I think $250,000. There's a lot of stories like that, and YouTube's a big problem. And you know what? I'm sure if Lord X Nemesis had a chance to get back out at the top that this AMC ran, I'm sure he would now sell it and then maybe look to buy back in once it dropped. And that's the way I'm gonna have to play this stock. I'm not allowing YouTubers, and I don't think you guys should either, to try to make you or try to convince you to do something they're not doing themselves. I tried to ask people to show their shares, especially the content creators, to show the community that you're talking to and you're helping advise to hold to these large numbers, to show them that you're doing the same. And yeah, Frankie did it, but I'm sure there's probably the rest. Frankie was now part of the 10% that I was talking to you about. 90% of these other guys, they're not holding through that. So I'm not going to do that either. And you guys, the rest of you guys can do what you want to do. Obviously, it's your choice. Now, as far as the Commander 35, listen, guys, I don't really know who in this whole community of talking about AMC provides anything less. If you want to say I provide nothing for the community, cool, I accept it. But that guy provides nothing. There's not one video that you can point to and say, you know what? That was a great video. That was informative. That helped me out with something I didn't know. He hasn't said a damn thing. All he does is cup Lou's nuts, and he fucking gives him throat hugs all day long. That's all that kid does. And if that kid, listen, bro, why don't you come to the 305 and do that little fake pretend scaring somebody like you did to the 8 Father, just to let you know the 8 Father would beat your fucking ass, and I think he's softer than a jelly donut, but I know he would beat your Amish little ass up in a second, and I'd bet my shares on that. We can line that up, we can put it on camera, and I'll put my shares on the line that the 8 Father whoops your ass because you're as soft as a cream pie. So now that there is nothing really left to focus on, because I've told you guys there's no DD that's going to cause this catalyst. There's nothing. There hasn't been anything. There's nothing that Pantheon can tell you that this is going to go up. There's nothing that AMC Bigums, nothing that Boss Blunts, nothing that Lou, none of them, Trey, none of them have said a single thing that has ever made this stock go up. It only has gone down since the 70s. If you want me to agree with something in the community that I've seen in comments a lot, I will agree with the YouTubers have hurt this play more than anything. As far as Pantheon, I'm going to leave it where it is. The problem is you guys weren't privileged to private conversations that I have been privileged to. And he's a little whiny little bitch. And that's why really I'm calling him out, because you're faceless. And I'm not, you were caught up in the CS trades situation. With that, I guess you backpedaled out of that somehow, but I'm really more calling you out because of the private conversation that you were talking about, that when we were in a live, you weren't heard or whatever. There was 9 people in the room and only 2 people were dominating, and I didn't get to say anything. That's some whiny ass shit. That's what I'm talking about. As well as when I first came on board, you were going out there saying, oh, JohnWickSnipin didn't shout me out and I shouted him out. Shut the hell up, bro. Like everybody says, who the fuck am I? I'm nobody. And just to correct another thing from Mr. Ammish boy, listen, Ammish boy, I never said that I'm not interested in building a channel, that I'm not interested in making YouTube money. There's nothing wrong with that. So you can keep on selling that all you want and trying to point the direction off of yourself because you're actually doing that, but you're trying to act like you're not doing that. Yes, I'm trying to build a channel. I will not be talking about AMC one day. So I don't know why you keep saying that. So use this as an official video to let you know that yes, I'm trying to build a channel, and yes, I'm trying to make money through YouTube, and there's nothing wrong for me to do that or anybody else to do that if they want to. I was trying to help other people. That's another thing I disagree with Frankie. He said today in his video, "Oh, I agree with the Eighth Father. Building a channel is hard. It's almost not." He's like trying to insinuate it's not worth you even trying to do it. That's not true. If you really want to do it, do it. I'm willing to help you. I've helped many people do it. There's people that were not comfortable on camera that they're now making videos all the time. Dwayne M is out there making videos. You know, there's a lot of guys that I can name that are making videos that I helped to kind of like encourage them to make videos. And if they want to, and let me tell you something, you can build a channel and you can build it just off of AMC. So I'm gonna keep dropping back in all day today. I'm gonna be talking about what's on my mind, but this is it for now.